How many of these 26 interior design mistakes that make your home look cheap are in your home? I'll explain why these don't work, and I'll also share the interior design and home decor tips to fix every one of them. These are just my personal opinions. If you love these items, please don't feel bad. First of all, open kitchen shelves. I'm pretty sure opinions are divided on this. I would never use them unless the client can maintain them very well or is wealthy enough to hire someone who can clean them very often. Or maybe if you really love cleaning yourself. Me? Definitely not. You know, over time, kitchen cabinets get very dusty and oily unless you only make coffee in your kitchen. Not just for kitchens. An open shelf is actually not storage. I treat it as a display shelf. The items on this open storage, aka display shelf, should never be used. They're just there for decorative purposes. And if you use an item from the open shelf, that means part of the design is missing. The overall balance collapses. Let's say you have fancy plates and bowls on the shelf, and the shelf is perfectly designed with all the items. You want to use some of those nice plates when guests come. Now the shelf doesn't look fancy anymore because you have empty spaces. And you don't want to show that not so perfectly designed shelf when guests are there. When it comes to kitchens, I also don't recommend glass canisters. They're very cute, especially if you have a country-style kitchen. But you definitely use the ingredients in the canisters, right? Then little by little, the contents go down and it doesn't look good anymore. And of course, you wouldn't just add the new ingredients on top of the old ones without washing canisters, right? I hope you don't. Mixing food close to the expiration date with new food is not good. I'm not talking about design here, it's health concern. And while the canister is being washed, that part of the shelf is empty, which means again, the overall balance is broken. If you use canisters, I would recommend ceramic ones or something that doesn't show the inside. Then you need to put a label on them as you can't see the inside, which I personally don't like. So for that reason, I don't really use canisters for decor purpose. I would probably keep them in the pantry or inside the cabinets. If I have a choice, I definitely go with closed cabinets. But if my client really wants open shelves, I only use them a little, just in the corner. And I decorate them with items only for display, things you never actually use, like decorative plates or vases. This picture has all the design don'ts packed into one. This design is by a professional. I'm not gonna say who, because I'm not here to attack another designer or hurt their business. The photo seems to have been taken pretty recently, but the white kitchen is really out of trend. I mean, who cares about trend? It's your house, do what you love, and white kitchen is beautiful. But it is really out of trend. This kitchen has open shelves and glass canisters. And the worst thing, the baskets full of the packaged products. I always say every single item you have at your place is part of the design. That means that package design is part of the kitchen design. If you buy a different product with a different package, it changes the balance of the design. If you really want to use baskets, use ones where you can't see the inside that also have lids, not wire baskets like this. And this white brick design is, of course, it's a matter of personal taste, but it's honestly my least favorite. It's the most basic and boring design. I apologize, I was a little too harsh. There are also many other bad examples of open shelves. A lot of people really don't know how to use them well. Please, don't just put random items just to fill up the space. This photo is a clear example. It looks like the person moved into a house with open shelves but had nothing to put on them. So they just placed something there for the sake of it. Especially transparent, colorless glass items. They blend into the background so much that you can't even tell if they're there or not. If you don't know what to put, you'd rather leave the shelf empty, in my opinion. Also, if you like a country style, maybe you like this photo. But to me, they look too lived in. And towels and these dollar store net bags are not stylish at all. Country style doesn't have to look cheap. There are better ways to bring in a sense of quality. I once visited a friend who lives in a country style home, and even though it's not my personal style, I thought her house was
beautiful. Why? Because she carefully chose only high-quality items. What do you think about open shelf designs? Do you have a favorite or least favorite kitchen style? Let me know in the comment. I also never use mirror surface furniture as an interior designer. Every time you touch them, you leave fingerprints and you have to clean them all the time. The mirror surface furniture has many other downsides too. Not just fingerprints and smudges. There's a reflection. When the sunlight or even your lamp hit it, the glare can be really harsh on your eyes. Scratches show easily too, and sometimes it can make the room feel busy because everything around is reflected. Plus, mirror furniture is heavy, and if it cracks, that's a problem. For the same reasons, I'd never use a glass coffee table or dining table. Fingerprints can show up so easily on these surfaces too, and they can be dangerous if kids are around. A coffee table and a dining table are big statement pieces, right? I want them to stand out and make an impact. But when they're glass, they almost disappear. It looks like nothing is there. They might work well if you have small spaces, as glass tables can make the room look more open. But just like mirror surface furniture, glass tables can create glare from sunlight and lighting. Instead of glass tables, I usually recommend wood. Walnut or oak can make the room feel warm and timeless. If you want something more luxurious, marble tables look stunning, but you do need to be careful with stains. So choosing a darker color can be much easier to maintain. An upholstered ottoman can also be a good and safe choice if the fabric has a stain-resistant coating, but they don't really look that stylish in my opinion, so I personally wouldn't use them. If you're worried about kids getting hurt, a round coffee table is usually the safer option, and they definitely can look stylish. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, please hit the like button. Liking this video not only supports my channel, but it also helps more design lovers like you find these tips. Now I want to talk about dining chair I would avoid. When it comes to a dining chair, I prefer upholstered chairs because they're more comfortable than wood or metal. Light-colored fabric dining chairs look beautiful, but honestly, they're not practical, especially for me because I have a kid. Spills and stains are basically guaranteed. And it's not only kids, even adults can drop food crumbs, spill drinks, or even red wine. With light colors, every little stain shows right away. Textured fabric like bouclé are even worse. I do love bouclé, but cleaning out food crumbs from it would be a nightmare. If you really want to use light colored chairs, make sure to use a smooth fabric with a stain-resistant coating so it's easy to clean. There's also a type of couch I would avoid: leather couches. They can look really cool if the design is executed well, but they are usually expensive, especially genuine leather ones. And if it's faux leather, after a few years, the surface starts peeling off. With genuine leather, the maintenance is a lot of work. You need to condition it regularly with oil or cream, otherwise it dries out and cracks. And even with real leather, the surface can eventually start peeling or wearing off over the years. And honestly, they're not always comfortable. In summer, the surface sticks to your skin, and in winter, it feels cold. That happens with both real and faux leather. For me, couches should feel comfortable in every season because it's the place where you want to relax the most at home. So instead, I recommend fabric sofas. I suggest going for a high-quality, sturdy fabric. Not only it is comfortable, but it also doesn't lose its shape or get wrinkled after you sit on it. For example, cloud couches are popular because they feel so soft and cozy, but they lose their shape really quickly. And when a couch sinks in too much, it can actually be bad for your posture. Velvet is another trend this year, and it does look stunning, but the problem with velvet is that every time you touch it, the fabric looks darker in that spot, which can be annoying to maintain. That's why I always recommend checking the sofa in person before buying. Sit on it and see how it feels and how it looks after you get up. A sofa takes up the largest space in your living room, so I really recommend investing a good quality fabric. If you want to save on budget, you could try what I did. I built my own DIY couch. As long as you choose a sturdy fabric, it keeps its shape beautifully. The video is in the description. This is not about one specific item, but I usually don't do eclectic style interior. Eclectic style can be amazing if it's done with really good taste. It looks special and unique. But if you miss the balance, it can easily look like just a random mix from a thrift shop, especially if you still keep pieces that were trendy 8 years ago. When you combine outdated items with new trendy ones, it ends up looking like you couldn't afford to replace the old things and just added a couple of new ones on top. That's not really eclectic, it just looks imbalanced. Of course, not everyone has the budget to replace every single piece of furniture. In that case, figure out what style you truly love and keep the pieces that fit that style. Or keep the bigger, more expensive items like your couch, and then slowly change the other things around it. Small accessories or wall art can even be DIY. I've shared some of my own DIY art and decor projects, so check out the links in the description. On the other hand, if you do have the budget, but there's a piece you don't want to let go of, like a desk you inherited from your grandmother, you don't have to throw it away. Sometimes just restaining the wood can completely change the look. Or you can hire a carpenter to keep the material but redesign it in a modern way. To create a consistent design, the first step is to find 1 or 2 stores that truly inspire you. Stores where you feel like you want every single item they carry. It doesn't matter if the prices are out of your budget. What matters is that you study how they coordinate their pieces. Usually, these stores have in-store designers, and you can find beautiful inspiration photos on their websites or in the stores. If possible, visit the store in person and train your eye by looking at the real items. And if the pieces are too expensive, that's fine. These days you can find similar items online or even on Amazon. The quality might not be exactly the same, but you'll be surprised how many great alternatives are out there. By doing this, you'll sharpen your sense of style and make better design choices. And if you ever feel completely stuck, don't hesitate to ask for help from a professional designer. I do on-site interior design in the Los Angeles area and online design for anyone farther away. Here's how it works.
We'll start with a one-on-one Zoom consultation where I learn about your space, your goals, and your personal style. I'll guide you through everything from flooring and paint colors to furniture and decor, using options from trusted online stores serving your area. You'll receive a detailed room layout, customized mood boards, and a shopping list with clickable links, all organized in a private webpage so you can shop easily and confidently. You'll also receive stunning 3D photorealistic renderings like these, so you can visualize the entire space before buying anything. And I offer unlimited email support for the full duration of your project, so you'll never feel stuck along the way.
I'm offering a free consultation just for my YouTube viewers. If you're interested, shoot me an email at the address in the description and let me know you're from YouTube. One thing I always keep in mind is this: when I put together designs or create mood board, it has to take my breath away. If I look at it and think, yeah, it's okay, or it's not perfect, but it's fine, then that's not a good design. A great design is you look at it and you fall in love with it. And if you feel that way, you keep staring at it because it's just so beautiful. And if you feel that way, chances are other people will see it and feel the same. That's how you know you've created something truly special. If you want more interior design ideas, home decor tips, room makeovers, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I see this mistake all the time. Do you ever feel your space looks so messy no matter how much you clean or decorate? Maybe this is why. Please stop decorating your space with random items. One of the most common bad examples is when people feel their cabinet or console looks too empty, so they start filling every space just to avoid emptiness. It might kind of look cute to you, but is it really worth decorating? When you display cheap-looking items, your entire room ends up looking cheap. I always say this, but I'll repeat it again here. Every single item in your home is part of the decor. If it's not something that truly makes you sigh because it's so beautiful, don't display it. It's always better to have nothing than to decorate with things that aren't beautiful. Another mistake is displaying sentimental items just because they mean something to you. I understand you love Lego, baseball, figures, anime, K-pop idols. But if you don't display them properly, your favorite things lose their shine and just look tacky to others. I once visited a house owned by a creative professional. He lived in a $1 million modern home filled with interesting things, items related to his work, cool fashion pieces, and artistic objects. But because of how he displayed them, the whole place unfortunately looked cheap. He had an amazing taste in fashion and art, but interior design is a totally different skill. Even stylish people can mess it up if they don't understand balance. It was honestly such a shame because the house itself was stunning. In one episode of Queer Eye, they visited a woman who loved baseball, and her house was completely covered in baseball items. The designer Bobby Berg reorganized everything beautifully by choosing only a few pieces and displaying them in a thoughtful way. Bobby Berg, I love you so much. Why did you leave Queer Eye? I love Jeremiah, of course. They both are amazing. There are many sentimental items that make you happy when you look at them, but unfortunately that doesn't mean they're well designed. Things like greeting cards from loved ones, trophies, or collective dolls can still shine beautifully, only if you decorate them the right way, just like Bobby did. When I worked as an interior designer assistant, once we were decorating clients' shelves. The client wanted her shelves to be filled with love, her little daughter's handmade necklace, cards she wrote for her, and so on. But she placed them randomly and it looked messy. The designer I worked for styled most of the shelves with elegant decor pieces and created just one dedicated section featuring the daughter's works. It looked lovely, warm, and still stylish. So as a practical example, if you have items that you love but aren't particularly stylish, you can make them look intentional by framing photos in beautiful frames, mixing them with stylish artwork, or limiting the quantity and grouping them in one area. And you can create a balanced and sophisticated look. Don't ignore the latest trend. I feel interior design trends are something only interior designers check. And I wish I can say who cares about the trend? It's your house, do what you love. But think about this, it's the same as fashion. You only see trendy items in boutiques and department stores. But what happens if you mix old, outdated clothes with new trendy ones? A stylish, oversized, trendy jacket and outdated skinny jeans just don't go well together. It's the same thing for interior design. Stores mostly sell trendy items, and if you buy new pieces and mix them with outdated ones you already have, the new trendy item you bought won't shine in your home, unfortunately. You might call it eclectic, but true authentic eclectic design is a carefully curated mix of items chosen with an artistic eye, not just random outdated pieces placed together. So be brave and let go of outdated items. Nowadays, you can even sell them easily on Facebook Marketplace. Of course, not everyone can afford new items every time trends change. In that case, choose pieces you can remake or even DIY. That's why I've shared so many DIY makeovers in the past. If you'd like to check out my work, the links are in the description. Especially when you're renovating your space that involve construction, please, I beg you, think carefully before starting. I live in Los Angeles. It's the center of art and design. But the shocking thing is I see so many houses for sale or rent that were newly remodeled, yet they already look completely outdated. Can you believe they still use those grayish floors, gray-white walls, or hexagon tiles? If you own a construction company or if you are a landlord, please check the latest interior design trends. The good thing is, unlike fashion, interior design trends last quite a while. Fashion trends change almost every year, but interior design trends stay for about a decade at most. Remember how long the gray trend lasted? Nearly 10 years. So if you're renovating and check the latest trend before you start, chances are the design will stay stylish for years. You don't have to renovate every single year. But how can you check the latest trend? Stop Googling. Fashion trends are usually pretty consistent. Most designers and magazines say similar things each season. But interior design trends, they're all over the place. When you Google interior design trends, you'll find one article says, white kitchens are over, and another one says, white kitchens are trending again, or white boucle is out, and another one says, white boucle is still going strong. And I'm like, What? I've noticed that interior design trends are way more confusing because I think the sources are so scattered. In fashion, trends come from a few big cities, Paris, Milan, New York, London, and they trickle down from the runway to the magazines to the stores. But in interior design, it seems like everyone creates their own trend. It even feels like everyone's promoting their own style as the trend. Another reason is I think the update cycle. Like I said, fashion trend changes every season, but interior trends last for years. That means old trends and new trends always exist at the same time. And also there's a regional and price difference. What's trendy in Los Angeles might be totally different somewhere else. I'm from Japan, but I never follow interior design trends in Japan because it's just so different out there. Plus, stores like Amazon, IKEA, or Home Depot are usually 2 or 3 years behind the real trend. My personal recommendation to check the current trend is Instagram. The best designers in the world are constantly posting there, competing in real time, and the quality is insanely high. Pinterest, on the other hand, is great for inspiration but not for trends. It's sometimes a bit outdated. Another great way is to check the websites of your favorite luxury furniture brands, not affordable ones. Most of the items they're selling right now are the trend. But be careful, if a trend is already ending, you'll still see some leftover pieces. So always check the new arrivals section. That's where you'll find what's truly current. Vertical blind. If you live in Los Angeles, or maybe anywhere in America, you've definitely seen it before. I'm seriously traumatized by these. Every single rental place in LA has them. They're not stylish at all, and the moment the softest breeze hits them, they fall off. And once they fall, they break. Every single time. The only people who are happy about this product are landlords, because it's cheap and easy to replace. If it breaks, you just buy a single strip and snap it back in. The rental house I live in right now has like 13 windows, and every single one came with these vertical blinds. It's been a year since I moved in, and I'm still fighting with a few of them. Popcorn ceiling. To me, this is scarier than any horror movies. There's really nothing good about popcorn ceiling, except maybe slight soundproofing. Oh, and they do catch dust and spider webs, so I guess you can skip decorating for Halloween. It was popular about 30 years ago, and honestly, I don't think anyone has ever cleaned that texture ceiling properly. So if you move into a place with a popcorn ceiling, chances are the dust and spider webs up there have been sitting since the 1980s. If you have this in your home and you can afford it, please call a contractor and remove it today. Yes, today. Curtain fails. If you decided to get rid of that illegal vertical blinds and finally you're installing the curtains, watch this before you do. Because so many people get them wrong. Curtains that are too short, too cheap, or simply out of style. Even if you live in a rental, you can upgrade your curtains. Just change the rod, and suddenly your room looks twice as expensive. Most people hang their curtains too low, right above the window. Please don't. Hang them closer to the ceiling. It instantly makes your room look taller and more elegant. Think of curtains like clothing for your home. When your curtains are too short, they look like pants that shrank in the wash. But if they're too long, it's like jeans dragging on the floor. I personally don't like puddled curtains. They might look elegant in photos, but in real life, they just collect dust and make your home look messy. And seriously, they'll get caught by your Roomba. It actually happened to me several times because I was just too lazy to trim the hem of my curtains. I won't go into all the curtain techniques here. For now, the quickest way to learn is simple. Go to the website of your favorite luxury furniture brand and check out the curtain section. That's where you'll find the answers. How to hang curtains like a designer. Ugly couches. Just don't. Is it just me, or do you think most couches on the market are just hideous? If you're not design conscious and only care about comfort, that's fine. But if you're still watching this video, you do care about design. Couches are one of the biggest items in your home, so they should be a statement piece. I know they're also one of the most expensive items, but please don't cut your budget here. If you're handy and want to save money, you can even try making your own couch, like the DIY one I made. If you choose a high quality fabric, it can look really sophisticated. The link is in the description. The one material I don't recommend is leather. Real or fake, stylish or ugly, doesn't matter. In summer, it sticks to your skin. In winter, it feels cold, and eventually it will start peeling. Distressed antique pieces might look cool, but a peeling leather couch is one of the saddest things you can have in your own home. So if you own an ugly couch, please list it on Facebook Marketplace. Then plan a trip to hunt for a stylish couch.
Want to see real example of stunning interior design that avoid these items? Watch this video next.